my next guest has been very patiently waiting in the waiting room. I am going to invite Goran Newsum to something his camera. It's not unmute, is it? You can't unmute a camera. I don't know what the word is. Somebody put the word in the chat for me. Maybe they'll know. Goran looks like...
Turn on the camera.
Turn on.
I think that might work.
See, that's absolutely perfect, isn't it? I want an something, an unblindfold. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for waiting, Goran. Would you? I have some delightful bits here. So you are a maths graduate who enjoys pure maths, apparently. You said that like there are some maths graduates that don't enjoy pure maths, and I wondered if that was the case because I'm not a maths graduate. I'm an engineer. Tell me more about that.
Well, what I've often found is that when I say I like maths,
yes,
and then people say, oh, so you're going to be a teacher or go into actuarial science or statistics or something like that. And it's like, no, don't want to do any of them. I want to sit in a room on my own and do maths. That's all I want to do. And so that's a clarification I like to give people.
Okay, brilliant stuff. And it's the pure maths, because actually then you and I are probably different, although I am a maths teacher and a maths communicator, but I did engineering as my degree, and so all of my maths mostly that I did was applied rather than pure. Okay, thank you very much indeed. It says you often volunteer with the Royal Institution's maths masterclasses, which is great. Have you done that in different parts of the country, or is that London based? How does that work?
I've only been London based purely because transport. I wouldn't be able to travel up somewhere even before COVID.
No, absolutely. Well, and COVID now means that we're all virtually doing this from, our houses, which certainly makes the travel less. Okay, fantastic stuff. We have, we would love you to share your trick with us. And do you also have a treat that we might come to later, or are we going to see how we go on time, given that we've...
I think, yeah, I had planned a treat, but if we're pressed for time, I'll skip it.
I shall do the least amount of talking and let you get on with your trick. Goran, would you like me on camera or off camera? What works best?
If you want to be on camera, that's fine. I think Katie is also going to put her camera.
Oh, fantastic!
So that I can see some dice at some point.
Superb. So identified by the nails. I love that Katie's hands are distinct in that way.
Last night I was loving the nails. Secretly I was going, they're very nice.
Do you know what? I saw Katie's nails and then decided that I ought to go and do likewise, so I wasn't letting the side down. So please do. Off you go.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt a variation of telepathy. Okay. Now, what I need is for the mysterious hands to stack the dice. How many have we got there? We've got 7. Okay, that's 7. Okay, so if we can stack those dice, and so I won't look right now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not looking. And then if you can let me know when they're stacked.
And when you say stacked, Goran, do you mean end to end, or do you mean on top of each other like a tower?
On top of each other like a tower.
Brilliant. Okay, so Katie's doing that for us now, having just shown us what they were in the line. Hang on 1 second. Don't look yet. I love it that she's building towards her web camera, which is a feat that's impressive in itself. And I think then is possibly going to shuffle them underneath. I'm guessing you'll want to, or you'll be able to see the number on the top of the tower. Is that what you're aiming for?
That's the plan.
Fantastic. Okay, she's just about ready for you. So you can now look back because we can only see the number on the top die.
Okay, the number on the top is there. I can see it now. What I need for you, for you to concentrate on the stack. Okay. And I'm going to, now you can't see the stack, the rest of it. Okay?
No.
But actually, there is a secret third eye, okay, which you can't access with your conscious mind,
right?
But I can access it through your subconscious.
Oh, that's very spooky. Okay.
Well, it's Halloween, so I thought
I was going to say, perfect. Nice. I love it. Okay. All right. Okay. Third eye. Good.
Concentrate on the stack. Keep concentrating. and
Yep.
I will sum up the faces which I cannot see. Now, that doesn't include all of the ones around the outside. Unfortunately, I'm not that good, but it does include, it means all the ones which are covered by either a dice or the table. Okay.
Right. Okay. Yep.
So I'm going to say that the sum is, keep concentrating,
Yeah.
43. Okay.
Okay.
43. I'm going to write that down. Okay, so that we know. Now what we can do is we can remove each of the dice successively and add up all of these hidden faces. Just to see if I'm correct.
So can I do that? I've got a what's it here? So Katie, that top number I can see is 6, and the one underneath it was a 1 on the other side. That was the bit. Okay, so I've got 6, add 1, and then the next one down is a 5.
Not 6, add 1 actually. Sorry, I should have clarified.
Just the ones on the top.
Just the ones that are covered. Okay. So for example,
not the 6.
Not the 6.
So just the 5 and the 1 and the 5.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay, that's fine. So I've just taken 6 off. So I've got the 1 and the 5, and then, thank you, Katie, and then a 2, and the next die down. So the third die down has a 1. So I've got both of those. Thank you. And you're going to pick up that one. And on the underneath is a 6. And under that was a 4. Thank you very much. And then on the underside of the 4 was a 3. Great. And the next die down has a 5. And I haven't kept track, so I don't know if we're getting close to the end. And then a 2 on the underside. And the next one down is a 4. And on the bottom of the 4 is a 3. Thank you, Katie. And then the final one shows a 4. And could you lift that up so I can see the other side? That's a 3 as well. Okay, so I've got a 4 and a 3. So I'm just going to do some adding. Apologies, this is not my strong suit, particularly under pressure. One of my favorite quotes from last night was, and I think it was in the wee small hours of the morning, was somebody saying, under pressure, adding 7 is difficult. And I now know exactly what they meant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 42. Oh, I get 43. I do. Amazing. Fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
Wow. I love it. All right. So do you, how much are you prepared to give away of your trick, Goran?
Well, I'm happy enough to tell everyone how it's done. We'll see if anyone in the chat has managed.
I was going to say, there are some comments in the chat to say, you know, that they've made some suggestions about how can you see the comments, Goran, or would you like me to share?
No, I haven't got the comments.
You can't, that's okay. So some people are making some suggestions in the chat. We've got 2 formulae, one that's saying if you multiply 7 by 6 and then add the difference between 7 and 6. And somebody else saying you could do 7 squared. I guess 7 was the number of dice that we had. So they're saying do 7 squared and subtract 6. And there's a very nice comment from somebody saying, oh, actually, your formula is more straightforward. So you've got a simplified version of what I had. Somebody else is saying, now this came up earlier in the Math Magic feed. Somebody is saying opposite sides of a die always add to 7. So they're saying then they've got their own ideas about how you do. Tell us how you'd explain it, Goran.
So, well, whoever it was that said opposite sides of a die add to 7 is quite right. And that's the basis of this trick entirely. So at the start, I looked at how many dice there were. There were 7. Yes. So immediately I did 7 times 7. Okay. And that gave me my starting number. Then whatever stack you make, it doesn't really matter to me because all that matters is I know that everything that's covered is going to add to 7. And the only one that isn't covered is going to be that one at the top, which I can see. And so then I just subtract that from whatever the total was. So in this case, I did 49 take away 6.
Yes.
The great thing about dice is because they have this even distribution, the great thing is that you can generalize this to any number of dice. So you could have given me 1 billion dice, okay, and I could do.
I think Katie might have protested.
But I could do exactly the same trick with 1 billion dice, and just take off, do a billion times 7, take away whatever number it was at the top.
Right. Okay.
And further to this, I could even use higher order dice. So I don't know how many people play Dungeons and Dragons. I can see the mysterious hands have come back.
So
now,
Katie's got some too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the time and I'm thinking, I'm not going to have the time to do the whole trick, but I can quickly explain that for any dice, any standard dice, the opposite sides will always add to 1 more than the number of faces. So for a D8, like in the picture now, so opposite faces of those will always add to 9. And so if you gave me a stack of D8s, I could do the same thing and just do 8 times however many there are, and then take that away.
Okay.
And the same goes for D20s, D12s work as well, I believe. D4s and D10s, because they are a D4 is a standard polyhedron, but a D10 isn't. So a D10 wouldn't work. But
I'm just pulling them out of my jar of what's it. You're saying so a D4 is something like this as a tetrahedron. Yeah. It's
a tetrahedron. And the problem with using a D4 would be you can't really stack them.
Right, yeah, because they'd slide off the faces. There's nothing
exactly.
Kind of balance. I've got you. Okay.
And the D10s aren't standard because the D10 isn't a platonic solid. Euclidean platonic. I think Euclidean. Oh, I should have looked this up. But
I'm sure somebody will tell us in the chat. Yes, absolutely. Go away and look this up. Nice. You totally planned this. You didn't need to go away and look it up in advance. It's a question to incite the curiosity of our watchers today that they can go away and find out for themselves.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's amazing. Thank you very much. And I have to say, I hadn't thought about I know the property about opposite faces adding up to 7, but I didn't know. I was just having a look, as Goran was saying, for example, on my D8 that's got 8 faces. I was like, oh yeah, the opposite faces do add to 9. I've never thought about that. So the stackable properties of other dice with other numbers of faces is definitely something to go away and investigate further. I'm really sorry you had less time than you were expecting, Goran. That was entirely my fault for not managing it properly in the section before. But we've had a very spooky, telepathic Halloween trick from you. And thank you very much indeed for coming and contributing. Could we have a round of applause, please, for Goran Newsum? Thank you very much indeed. There are there's some interesting comments in there, so thank you very much, and we will enjoy the rest of the feed. We're gonna say goodbye to Goran now.
Okay, I'll leave the chat
Thank you
now.
kindly. Take care.
Thank you very much.